Hello students, in this lecture I will be discussing with you about common drain MOSFET amplifier using low frequency small signal. In short, it is called CD characteristic. In the last lecture we have discussed about common source or CS MOS amplifier, and over there we have seen the DC analysis as well as the AC analysis, which is using the small signal model. And if we combine those two analysis, the DC and AC, we can get the complete analysis for any particular amplifier. So here in this case also, for common drain MOS amplifier, we will be doing the DC analysis as well as the AC analysis. So let us first do the DC analysis, and then we will be moving on to the doing the AC analysis. Now the difference between the common source configuration and this common drain configuration is the name common. You have heard about this in case of the when you have studied the operation of BJT, because this common name is used to be there as that particular terminal is common to both the input stage and the output stage. For a common source amplifier, the source is common or grounded to the gate at the input stage and to the drain at the output stage. So for a common source characteristics of an amplifier is taken as source is common to gate for the input stage and source is common to drain at the same time for the output stage. So here in this case also, since it is called common drain characteristics, that means the drain is grounded and the input stage is made up of drain is common, drain is grounded and it is common to the gate at the input stage, and it is common to the drain for the output stage. So here in this case we can see this is an N-channel enhancement MOSFET we have once again considered, where this drain terminal is actually grounded and the input is applied at the gate terminal over here. So this is the drain terminal where this external biasing supply in terms of VDD is applied, and through this VDD it is directly connected to ground, and the drain is common to this gate terminal for the input stage between drain and gate, and with the source terminal for the output stage. So the output, this resistance is the output resistance RS, and the input is applied at the gate with respect to drain, and the output is taken from this source terminal, which is here. You can see which is here. From here the output V out is taken. So V out is measured across this resistance, source resistance RS. In the previous case, for common source amplifier, you have seen that this resistance, which is something like the load resistance, was connected at this position, and that was called RD, the drain resistance, and across this resistance we had collected the output, because it was the output stage was made up of drain and source. But here the output stage is made up of source with respect to drain, because drain is at common ground, and so the output is taken from the source terminal, and that resistance for that load resistance has come up from this position to be connected between the source terminal and the ground. So this RS will be treated as the load resistance in this case. So now the plus over here and minus over here, so this should be actually the VGS, this is VGS, and because of this VDD the drain current ID is flowing through this, and this ID will be making a voltage drop across. When it is passing through this RS, it will be producing a voltage drop that will be measured from this source terminal with respect to this ground as V out, or the output voltage. So this is the common drain circuit. Now let us move on to write the equations from here. So for the input stage of this particular circuit, it is, you can see that V in is applied at the gate terminal, and after that there is a drop between gate and source, which is which is marked by VGS. V in is here, VGS is here. So V in plus VGS, this is these are the two voltages that can be found at the input stage. So we can write from here that this V in is nothing but, if we apply by KVL at the input stage, or the input loop, or the input circuit rather, we can say, we should be writing that V in is equal to VGS plus V out, because this V in is the applied source. By KVL, the applied source is equal to the voltage drops, that is the voltage across the gate, across this gate source terminals, and the voltage across potential drop across RS, which is nothing but measured as V out. So this VGS plus V out will be equal to V in. So this is the input equation, or the equation for the input stage, and by applying KVL at the output stage, we can write another equation in terms of output equation, and output equation should be VDD is equal to, this ID is flowing through this RS. So actually we should be writing this ID is flowing through this RS, producing a voltage drop which is measured as V out. So V out is nothing but here ID into RS. So this is the output stage. Now if we consider that the MOSFET is working in the saturation region, why? Because we are analyzing the common drain MOS amplifier. So we are analyzing the amplifying action by this circuit, and for that we need to assume that this MOSFET should be working in the saturation region or the active region, and for that we should be using the expression for drain current ID in saturation region. So what was that? If we introduce that expression here in this equation for output stage, we should be writing like this: V out is equal to, instead of ID we should be writing mu COX prime W by L. You know all these parameters, what for are they used. So W by L, then within bracket we should be writing as V in minus V out minus VTH whole square divided by 2. This, and as it is, the RS will remain at the outside, this whole expression into RS. Now obviously this this equation is product with this whole term. This is product with this whole term. So we can say that this is the new formation of the output voltage V out using the expression for ID, that is the drain current in the saturation region. If you analyze this, how we have find, the original equation was ID is equal to mu COX prime W by L VGS minus VTH whole square by 2. This was the equation for the saturation region. Now if you just compare these two, if you put this VGS, instead of writing VGS, we are writing V in minus V out. How? Just using the equation for the input stage. From the input stage, what we have found, that this VGS is nothing but V in minus V out. So instead of writing VGS, we are writing V in minus V out in this place. So in this place we are writing from this equation. So using these two equations we can find this equation. So now in this equation, in this particular equation, let this whole term mu COX prime W by L and 2 in the denominator, let it be denoted by a constant K, which is a constant, to make this equation, to write this equation in a more compact manner. So V out should be written as K into V in minus V out minus VTH whole square into RS. So here we can see, if we rearrange from here, let this should be written as V out by KRS under the square root is equal to V in minus V out minus VTH. So how much is V in minus VTH? Therefore, we can write V out by KRS, take this V out to the left side, plus V out is nothing but V in minus VTH. Okay, so if we now compare these two terms with respect to this V out, let this be very small. As we can see from here, this is only V out, and this V out is measured by two large numbers. One is RS and another is K. RS can be of large value because of high voltage gain, to be obtained high, and so with respect to this V out, this term may be assumed as small. So we can approximately say that V out is equal to V in minus VTH, which proves it is a linear relation, or it is the equation of a straight line. Now if we plot these using this equation to get the transfer characteristics or the input output characteristics, the characteristic curve should be looking like this. At the x-axis we are plotting V in, at the y-axis we are plotting V out. This is the transfer characteristics for this common drain amplifier. And you know, for plotting the transfer characteristics, we have to wait till the voltage VTH, because up to the voltage VTH, the MOS device operates in the cutoff region, and till the time the threshold voltage is achieved between the gate and the drain terminal, that is at the input stage, the device will not conduct. So during that time, starting from this point up to a certain value, which is VTH, there will be no device current. So ID will be 0 over there. So characteristic curve will be grazing this voltage axis, that is the x-axis. And thereafter, you can see from here, if we plot this equation, it is the equation of a straight line. And that's why we can say, once this V in is equal to VTH, from the cutoff region, the transistor will start to move into the saturation region, and the characteristic curve for V in versus V out will be almost a straight line, will be like a linear characteristics. So this will be something like the transfer characteristics for in this case. And if we consider this input stage equation, we can see from here also that V in is found by VGS plus V out. That means from here we can say that V in must be greater than V out. So, and these values are the DC values. So in terms of DC analysis, we can say all these are under the DC analysis of common drain MOS amplifier. So for DC analysis, these voltages, this VGS, V out, V in, everything, no small signal is applied till now. All these are DC values, and for this case, considering the DC values, the input voltage will be greater than the output voltage. But it will be having a linear relation over and above when V in is greater than VTH. The transfer curve is linear. Transfer curve. We are getting a linear transfer curve. Now let us move on to the AC analysis part. AC analysis. So we are now moving on to the AC analysis, rather it is called small signal analysis of common drain amplifier, and for that we are using this circuit. You can see from here that Vin is applied at the gate terminal. VGS is the voltage. This is written in small, that means it is the small signal voltage with the application of Vin between gate and source, and the output is taken across this resistance RS, which is the source resistance you considered as the load here, and this resistance RO is because of the channel length effect of the MOSFET. Channel length effect of MOSFET. So, and this resistance is in parallel with this RS, and you can see from the circuit that this drain is grounded because of this common drain configuration, and this ID, you know that this is the small signal component of ID or drain current is equal to GM times of VGS, GM times of VGS. So this is the small signal circuit. Now let us move on to derive the voltage gain from this using this circuit. Before moving into that, one thing I need to add with this channel length effect is something which is you have seen during the channel length during the class of channel length modulation, that the variation of channel length will be having a resistive effect of the channel, because the channel length effect is associated with the potential drop of the movement of carriers through the channel, and therefore the potential drop will be varying on the basis of the variation of channel resistance, and that is called the channel length effect. And the, you know, for any resistance, it depends on the length of that particular portion of the conductor. So the length of the channel will be responsible for the resistance it is offering to the movement of the carriers through it. So therefore this channel length effect means the resistance of that particular channel through which the carriers are flowing, and that resistance is a variable resistance based on the channel length variation, and for measurement purpose we are considering that resistance as RO, which is considered to be parallel with the source resistance in for the formation of this AC equivalent circuit. Now we should be moving to find the current gain. Now before we write the equation, so let us see from here what we can write. This V in can be written as VGS plus V out. So the first equation for the input stage we should be written V in is equal to VGS plus V out. So it is as usual, we have seen in case of DC analysis also. So from here we can say that V out is less than V in, and because with V out, if VGS is not added, we cannot get V in. So here in this case the output will be always less than the input, and for that we generally may not be calling this CD operation of MOS as an amplifier, because for an amplifier generally what we see, the output should be in amplified form or enhanced form than the input, but here we are seeing that the output is something less than the input. So actually the amplification is not properly perceived in this case. So therefore the common drain amplifier may not be called an amplifier, because the output will be little less than the input based on this input stage equation. Now what is the equation for the output stage? Once again refer to the circuit. This ID when flowing through this RS will be rather we can say RS parallel with RO. Now the equivalent resistance of these two will be the resistance through which when ID is flown, voltage the potential drop across that combined resistance or the equivalent resistance will be V out. So we can write here that V out using Ohm's law at the output stage, Ohm's law, V out should be equal to RS parallel with RO into the GM VGS, that is I into R. So this is the output stage equation for this case. Now we should be writing here we may substitute VGS from the first equation into the second equation. This is equation 1 and this is equation 2. If we substitute VGS from here, equation 1, into equation 2, we may write as V out is equal to RS parallel RO GM into V in minus V out. So this is my equation. If we now take the V out to the left side and take common, take this term to the left side and take V out as common, this should be 1 plus GM into RS plus RO, and that is equal to RS parallel RO, not plus, actually it is parallel, RS parallel RO whole into GM into V in. So therefore voltage gain AV is nothing but V out divided by V in, and that should be GM RS parallel RO divided by 1 plus GM RS parallel RO. So this you can put it inside the box, and this is the voltage gain for common drain amplifier. Now if you want to analyze this expression, you can see that this expression, the same quantity is divided by a quantity plus 1. So the denominator is always greater than this numerator. So for this voltage gain, AV will be always less than unity. So magnitude of this voltage gain will be always less than 1, and also the phase difference between the input and the output, because this quantity is a positive quantity, so the phase difference between input and output will not be anything. So V out and V in is in same phase. There will not be phase opposition, as the case we have seen with the common source amplifier, that V out and V in are 180 degree out of phase. There was a negative sign with the voltage gain, but here the V out and V in are in same phase. So this is a big difference of common drain amplifier with a common source amplifier, where the voltage gain for this case is positive, whereas for common source amplifier it is negative. So for common source, V out and V in, it is out of phase, 180 degree out of phase, but for common drain amplifier, the V out and V in are in the same phase. Now if we consider that this with respect to this one, this GM into RS parallel RO is a very small quantity, so approximately for, we can write here, for GM into RS parallel RO is very small with respect to 1, then AV is equal to 1. So we can say that the voltage gain is unity when this is considered. Now when unity voltage gain is actually measured, that means it indicates V out is equal to V in, and therefore we can say that the output will always be following the input. Now output is taken from the source terminal in this case, and input is provided at the gate terminal. So we can say the source terminal output, the output voltage at the source terminal is following the input voltage at the gate terminal. So because of this reason, this common drain amplifier is alternately called source follower. As you can remember, when we have discussed about common collector amplifier, in case of BJT, we have alternately called it as a emitter follower or unity gain buffer. So here in this case, considering the same similarity between the configurations of BJT and FET amplifiers, we can say that common drain amplifier is working like a common collector amplifier in case of a BJT. So if common collector amplifier can be called emitter follower, common drain amplifier should be calling as source follower, and also because of its operation, it is also be called unity gain buffer. Now why unity gain? Because the gain is 1. in this case we have found in this with this analysis, and buffer because V out is following V in transparently. There is no difference in that. Whatever is V in should be reflected at the V out. So this is called buffering. Buffering means, the concept of buffering means there is absolute transparency between the input and output side. That means the transparency or the equality. So this can be also called unity gain buffer, like the common collector amplifier with the BJT. So once again I repeat, the common drain MOS amplifier is called source follower because the voltage, output voltage at the source terminal will be closely following or closely equaling the input voltage at the gate terminal, and that means the output follows the input. Output is from the source, so it is called source follower, and this is happening because of we have found through our analysis that the voltage gain for this mode of operation of FET amplifier is nearly equal to unity. So this is approximately equal to unity. Okay, so let us now find the resistances. So one thing before I derive the output resistance R out, in this case you can see while we are using this circuit as for AC equivalent circuit for AC analysis, small signal analysis, the VDD is connected to ground. That means the DC sources are nullified. So you can probably you have noted this point, this part of the circuit. Now and the input V in, which was also a DC value, that is also grounded, directly connected to ground. So this is the AC equivalent circuit. Now here you for finding the output resistance RO, you know that the procedure is same as we have used for BJTs and common source amplifier. We need to connect a voltage source at the output terminal of value Vx, suppose, and this is an AC source which is delivering a current Ix in this particular circuit. So the current that is flowing through the parallel combination of Rs and Ro is Ix plus this current Gm and Gm into Vgs. So here as per the polarity we can say this Vx and this Vgs will be opposite, because Vx will be delivering current to through this path, and this terminal will be positive, and the other side, this terminal, the other side of the terminal, that is the other side of the Vx, is grounded. So this is at the positive terminal with respect to Vx, and the other side of the Vx is grounded. But in case of Vgs, this terminal is actually giving us the minus sign, and this other side, which is connected to the ground through the gate terminal, is at the positive based on the polarity. So we can write that Vgs is nothing but minus Vx. The polarities of the two voltages are opposite. Now what is Vx? We can write from here. This is the voltage drop across this parallel combination of Rs and Ro. So we can say by Ohm's law, Vx can be written as the total current through this parallel combination, that is Ix plus Gm Vgs in parallel with R0 parallel Rs. So we can write this as, if we substitute Vgs from this equation as minus Vx, so we can write therefore Vx is equal to Ix minus Gm Vx whole into R0 parallel with Rs. Now if we take this particular expression to the left side, this Gm Vgx term, Gm Vx to the other side, and take Vx as common, it is 1 plus Gm into R0 parallel with Rs, that is equal to Ix into R0 parallel with Rs. Okay, So from here we can find Vx by Ix, which is nothing but Ro or Rout, that is the output resistance, is equal to Ro parallel with Rs divided by 1 plus Gm into Ro parallel with Rs. So this is the expression for output resistance in case of common drain MOS amplifier. Okay. Now from here we have calculated R out and we have calculated AV. We know both the equation. So if we correlate these two equations, we can see from here, this is the equation, this is the expression for AV, which is Rs parallel with Ro divided by 1 plus Gm Rs parallel with Ro. Now if you compare this expression with this expression, these two box expression, so we can find this, find that this whole thing, this whole expression using giving this R out is actually Rs parallel Ro divided by 1 plus Gm into Rs parallel Ro. This is nothing but AV. So this R out is nothing but AV. We can write so by comparing these two expressions, we can write AV is equal to minus Gm, where Gm is capital, into R out. That means if R out, the expression for R out is put in this expression, if this expression is put over this expression, that means Gm into R out is equal to AV, and that Gm is written here as with minus capital Gm. This Gm is written as minus capital Gm. Okay, so from here we can find the relation as Gm, capital Gm, is equal to minus Gm, where the small gm is nothing but the transconductance of the amplifier. So relation between capital and small gm is with a negative sign. Now we have introduced a new term, capital Gm. Now let us see what is actually capital Gm, so that we can be able to introduce this equation, the relation between AV and R out through this capital Gm with a negative sign. Okay.